Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Tri-State Sit Down Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan, along with Jack.
How we doing?
David. And our special guest, Alex V, on the top left.
Woo! How are you guys? Appreciate it. Doing well, guys.
Yeah, we had a very interesting week of hockey and a lot of interesting news, such as the Sabres hiring head coach Lindy Ruff, along with the fact that, Utah and their team naming process, along with their stadium and specifics about that. So we'll dive into that first, and then we'll move on to the playoff series, and we'll mainly focus on the New York Islanders series with the Carolina Hurricanes, because Alex and I were both Islander fans, so we're gonna dig right into that, and yeah, let's jump right into it. Anybody got anything to say before we get started?
No, it's. I think David's hatred for Tampa continues, right, David?
Yep. You know what? I think we all can agree we all don't like Tampa.
I think we can all agree we don't like Tampa. And I know there might be some Tampa fans watching this, but if you could understand David and I's pain, you could understand David and I's pain with Tampa,
and ours,
man.
I think all of our pain too.
Yeah, all of us.
Ethan's, Alex's, all of ours. Like,
it's been
it's a lot.
If you are a Florida fan, if you are a Rangers fan, if you're an Islanders fan, if you're a Devils fan, you're a Leafs fan, you're a Habs fan, you're a Stars fan, you get it. You get it more than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On to the show. What do we want to start with, Ethan?
All right, so we'll get started with the Lindy Ruff hiring. I know, Jack, you specifically, you've had experiences with Lindy Ruff as assistant coach of the New York Rangers. So, what do you think on the hire?
Lindy Ruff. What can I say about Lindy Ruff? I think the Panthers set them. Not the Panthers. I mean, the Sabres probably set them back a couple of years. Again, won't see a playoff for another 10 years. And yeah, I mean, what as a Devils fan, any Devils fans watching this, what could you say about Lindy Ruff that's good? I mean, he took away the Devils season. I'm not even a Devil fan, but I can at least say that's true. I mean, look at them now. I mean, they're in shambles. Jack Hughes is gone. Well, that's not the point. But Lindy Ruff, they didn't seem like they wanted to play under him. And he didn't adapt with the team. I mean, look at last year. I mean, for fuck's sake, they eliminated us. And I can admit that. They did. Blessing in disguise, in my opinion. But he doesn't have a good track record. I mean, yes, he was our assistant coach, but I don't think this is a thing for Sabre fans to look forward to. I don't think this is good for their future. I just don't know why they would go to him instead of someone else with a lot more experience. Well, you get what I'm saying. Experience that's going to actually benefit their team and make a playoff run at some point going down the line. Because Lindy Ruff's not going to get them. That's how I feel.
Do you guys have any points on that, Alex or David?
I think as a Panthers fan, it's sad to see Buffalo falling, but it's probably going to be a good opportunity for the Panthers to keep their cup window open a few more years.
That's it, man. Anything to make the Panthers better.
Yep. Like, if Coach Q would have come back, they could have hired him. They could have hired Gallant. There are so many other options.
If you hired Gallant, you guys would probably be swept. You think you're winning against Tampa now?
I'm talking about the Sabres.
Well, Gallant with the Sabres, that would be very interesting.
That'd be interesting. That'd be very
interesting.
I'm not talking about Gallant with the Panthers. He was a Panthers coach for a little bit.
He was.
I
but-
mean, go
Yeah.
on with the Sabres. That might work because what do you call it? He plays a system that might be suitable for the Sabres. I mean, you look at his run with the Vegas Golden Knights. You look at his run with the Florida Panthers in 2016. Even though they lost to the Islanders, they still were a great team.
JT,
you gotta add that into it. That's the most important part.
absolutely. It ended a 23-year drought.
Yeah, that was a big playoff series victory for us, but that's besides the point. He was a great coach for Florida. I mean, he didn't have the best run with the Rangers. Yes, they made the conference final.
Listen, we made the conference final and we made the playoffs with them. I can't deny that. Was he a good coach? No.
I mean, at the end of the day, it all depends on how the coach is with the players and how his system affects the players. So,
But again, there was like a lot coming out on him with Truba and all of them. They didn't like playing for him, and it showed. It the entire playoff run it showed. They didn't like playing for him. Yes, we won those 2 games, but just didn't show. And you could going down the season, even Panarin. Look at Panarin now compared to how he was last season during the playoffs. He was a no-show.
Yeah, he picked up his game this year 100%.
This
Yeah, he did.
season,
100%.
look at him now. Look at him now compared to last season. Like,
And yeah,
such a huge difference. The coach and the players' relationship makes a huge difference on a team.
I can also
absolutely
say the
does.
same thing about 2020 number 1 overall pick, Alexis Lafreniere.
oh yeah, he picked up his game this year.
He did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't see that one coming at all.
I did not see that one.
I didn't either. I thought it was the downfall, but he cut his hair, and then the rest is history.
It's all about the hair. All about it.
You know what? Superstitions, man.
Who, Panarin?
Superstition.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Panarin
cut his
cut the
hair.
hair.
I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah,
guy
that's-
looks like. I mean, the guy's looking like Mr. Clean now and putting up points like there's no fuck.
No. Bro's fucking Lex Luthor, and you know that.
No, he is Lex Luthor. I came up with that joke. That's my joke.
I
My
know you
joke.
did.
Lex.
I'm proud of that joke. I'm proud of that
Johnny
joke.
Sins.
Man, you ruined it.
Come on,
Ew.
David. Come on.
Ew, David. Ew.
I mean, it's
No.
either Lex Luthor or it's fucking
Lex
Dr.
Luthor.
Eggman from fucking Sonic, but he don't got the mustache for it. So either way, he's a fucking villain
To you guys,
to everybody else but the Rangers.
I feel like
that's
he's
not a
more of
bad
a
thing
villain
for
to
you
you.
guys.
and we know why.
Oh yeah, I don't even mention it, bro. That's terrible. I hate that shit.
Bro, you're gonna give Frankie Borelli, if he's listening to this, you're gonna give him fucking PTSD.
Which,
Frankie, I'm
to be
sorry.
fair,
Frankie, I'm sorry.
To be fair though, I as much as I don't agree with his decision to join the Rangers, I understand why. I mean, the situation that he was coming in with the Islanders, I think we still were at Barclays Center. We didn't have a home yet. I think it was the first season we actually had a first good season in a while, because I think we had 2 seasons with JT, and then hold on. He left. Then the following season, that's when Panarin was free agent, and I don't blame him for not joining us. I think he had a better opportunity with the Rangers. They had they didn't have their picks yet, but they definitely had more opportunity than us. Surprisingly, we had a really good season. I didn't even think we were gonna have that good of a season. I think we had like 103 points, and then we went out try to pick him up, and then I think going after Panarin, we didn't get him. We also lost Leonard, which was not something I was happy about. And then we sent Anders Lee to this 8-year deal or a 7-year deal, $7 million each year, which is
7 years.
outrageous. That's crazy. I'm
I'm a
still pissed
Panthers
off
fan,
about
and
that.
that's an insane overpay.
I mean,
It is. I know 100%. I know he's our captain, but it's ridiculous.
No, that's ridiculous.
I mean, probably at the
$70,000 for Lee. He can barely skate out there. It's pretty rough out there with him.
Although, to be fair to him, he has come out in the playoffs. He came out in the end of the season, and he's looking like his old self. But how long is he going to be able to keep it up? You know?
That
I don't.
yeah.
Dude, I want to say, his abilities and his like. The reason why he had such a great season that 1 year was because of John Tavares. He was pretty much a byproduct of Tavares. He had 40 goals. It's the same thing with Hyman. I don't know, like Ethan knows you're one of your favorite players, but it's the same thing with Hyman and McDavid. I mean, you put someone on McDavid's line, you're gonna start producing.
I mean, Hyman's played with Matthews and McDavid, so he's had it all.
But Matthews isn't a playmaker like McDavid is. I mean, I think he had 5 assists his first playoff game this season, which is like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's the best hockey player in the world, and nobody can really debate that right now. I mean,
he's just very consistent.
Very, very. And he was hurt in the beginning of the season, you could tell, but he came back. He looks great. He's playing out of his friggin' mind. And he's got Zach Hyman and Leon Draisaitl beside him. Although I know that they sometimes separate Draisaitl from McDavid, put Draisaitl on the second line, keep McDavid on the first. But it all depends on the game. And that head coach, Jack, what's his name? I don't know how to pronounce it. He was coach of the Wolfpack.
I know. I can't pronounce his last name either.
But yeah, he came in, he
Yeah.
turned that season around, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so back to Lindy Ruff. I mean, my personal opinion, as long as he has a good coaching staff beside him, I think Buffalo will be okay. They got a bright future ahead of them.
I think it'll be a pretty good. I think it's always hard to bring back someone that you guys already fired. You know, I think that's very hard just to get that idea out of the way with the fans themselves. But I think that the last time that he had actually like prolonged success was with the Sabres. So
That's fair. No, I agree. Listen, there are a lot of people out there that are going to disagree with you. I mean, I think
I don't blame them.
Listen, I don't think with his time with the Devils, I don't think that's helping his situation either. So.
But yeah, I think that's basically it with the Lindy Ruff hiring. Also, another note: Sharks fired head coach David Quinn. I mean,
That's no surprise.
That's no surprise.
no.
I mean, talking about the Devils' downfall. I mean, the Sharks. I mean,
They are truly rebuilding. It's going to be a while down there.
yeah.
no, I don't see anything happening there for anytime soon. I mean, Jesus.
And I feel bad for Quinn because he was handed 2 teams that were in rebuilding phases, so we don't really know his full potential as a coach. I mean, I want to see him with a team like, I mean, it's a bad example since they just got Andrew Brunette, but a team like Nashville,
That'd be interesting.
team like Vancouver, something like that.
I mean, you have to give it credit. When Nashville, man, hiring Barry Trotz as a GM was probably one of the best decisions they've done this year.
Absolutely.
And then for us as Islander fans, we're fools for letting him go. That was was very unfortunate and very, I don't say dumb, but it was pretty dumb. But
we'll get to that when we get to the Islanders.
I mean, I have a lot to speak on that one. That was crazy. Still
Yeah, I think we
now
both
I'm
do.
like,
I don't think Jack, I'm pretty sure Jack could agree with me on this. The Rangers had 2 back-to-back decent teams that could have snuck in the playoffs, and yet they could not get in under David Quinn.
yep.
He's.
I think Kobe
Right.
played a role in that too, though.
No, you're
I'm pretty
right.
sure.
Who?
You
No,
know,
I agree
Kobe.
with you.
I remember. I know the first year where they had promise was in
Yeah.
I think 1920. And
Yeah.
then I think COVID hit. I remember that because in the last game we played, it was against you guys, and you guys beat us in overtime.
Yeah,
And
I
they
remember
were
that.
on a roll, and then the
COVID
break
could have a
happened, and
factor too. Yeah,
It was Pajot's
came back.
debut.
And
yeah, that could. That's
yeah,
definitely
dude, that was a tough game. I remember that still. I think it was Mika had like a slap shot went in, man. I was so tight, and
Yeah, so was I.
that pretty much. We were going. We were spiraling down. The Islanders were like a sinking ship, and then COVID actually saved us.
Yeah, and then that was like right after we began hanging out again.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah. We
I
got
don't know. Back to the old days, man. Back when, I don't know if Jack and David know this, but Alex and I used to be travel hockey teammates. Well, mainly my brother, but we were teammates for 1 year. We were tight as hell. Those were fun
That's
times.
when that year we went to your backyard. We played pong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's where it all started again. I can mention a few
Actually,
other.
no, actually before that.
I can mention a few other names like Tremblay, who we were. He'll be on eventually. He's our social media manager. We hang out.
James.
We also played with him. Awesome guy. Can't wait to have him on. And Alex, maybe you could come on for that because that'll definitely be an Islander focused podcast. So.
Oh, jeez.
Absolutely.
But well,
I might have to bring in someone on that then. I might have to bring in you know who.
all right, yeah, well,
bloodbath.
bring him on. Bring him on.
Just for a little backup. I don't know who David's gonna bring in.
Same purposes. Keep the crowd hyped.
David's just wait. What did you say, David?
What did you just say?
Good question. I don't know who I'd bring for backup.
I thought he said depression because oh fuck, I ain't got nobody. It's just gonna be me here as a Florida Panther fan. What the?
David, I don't mean you need backup. I mean, your team last year went to the Cup, and now they're about to. Honestly, they could sweep the Lightning. So you guys have a lot of room to talk. You really do.
You guys do.
Well,
As an Islander fan, I got nothing to say. I'm pretty much like a vulnerable motherfucker.
yeah, and the pathetic thing is Alex and I, we've been Islander fans for life. You become a Panthers fan in 2020 when I introduced you to the game, and 3 years later you have a Stanley Cup final on your belt. We haven't had, well, we came close, but we haven't had that. So you should be really, really, really pleased with your team instead of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
David and I are definitely sitting in good positions right now. And I think he can.
Yeah, you got your 2014, and who knows, maybe this year. I hope not. For my sake, for Alex's sake, and for David's sake, since we don't like the Rangers. No offense. That's just how we are.
I know.
No, team. I think you know what it is. Honestly, they are a New York team, and as much as I would, like to support them, this is too much beef, man. I can't support a team, and then the next day their fans just start coming after me. Like, it just, we're two New York teams. We're not meant to like each other. We're meant to have a rivalry. That's like normal.
It's fair.
Well, also, we don't want to deal with our good buddy Dean.
Oh God.
It goes both ways. We start winning, they start losing, we start opening our mouth. You know what I mean? It's just it's a healthy rivalry.
And
That's the way I look at it.
Let's be honest. I don't think Dean wants to deal with us if we win a Stanley Cup. Although I think we'll be a little bit more on the down low and just enjoy it rather than throwing it in everybody's face.
I think Dean would rather jump off a cliff than listen to that.
Yeah.
I mean, when the Devils beat us last season, he was ready for it, and I was like preparing for him to fucking just go ballistic, but he didn't. I'll give him that.
No, I'll give him that too. He took it pretty well. I mean, he called the Gallant firing immediately.
That had to happen. And
yeah, my other buddy, who's a Rangers friend, called the Gallant hiring.
Even Dean's dad called that too. Dean's dad is good at predictions. His dad's actually insane at that.
I'm shocked that they actually fired him. I just feel like 2 seasons, you guys had back-to-back really good seasons. And then before that, you guys, I think, missed the playoffs like 3 consecutive years. So it was
Yeah,
like the
but
first time they've had
Alex,
success.
Look where we are now compared to last year.
Yeah, well, hold on. To be fair, we'll see what's going on. All right, I got you guys got the President's Trophy, really good season, but you guys are playing the Capitals, which I don't think they're a really strong team.
No.
I don't think that the Islanders are going to beat the Canes, so I won't be surprised if you guys
all right,
first done.
listen. You guys have 2 more games. At least have some hope.
I'll tell you. Here's the thing:
Series
the hope is
over
gone
until
because
4.
when you lose the game, like that, or we got like just not in like we had a 3-0 lead. We were 81-0 coming into that game with a 3-0 lead, and now we're 81-1. Okay, the team in 2012 and 13, that Islanders team that went against the Penguins, had more heart and grit than this team I watched the other day. That was like that was probably one of the most
you're
pathetic.
right, and we'll get to that after. We'll get to that in a little bit because that's a huge thing we want to discuss too. That's
absolutely.
I definitely want to get into that too. But on to the next thing, Utah. What do we think? I know a lot.
I'm gonna pull up
Ethan?
the names really quick, so just give me a quick second. But yeah, talk about it.
Yeah. The whole thing right now, I think a huge thing other than playoffs is what's going on in Utah. I think they just arrived this morning. Utah, they got a warm welcome from a bunch of fans, like all the players, and they had this since Utah sweatshirts established 2024. We don't know the name yet, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe it's still sad to see what's happening in Arizona, but I think the whole thing with Utah. I mean, they sold out tickets in like $6,000 worth of tickets, like that. I mean, if that just doesn't show you they want this, then I don't know what does. Like, they've wanted a hockey team for a while, and now they're getting it, and they're showing they're wanting it. Arizona couldn't even fill up the arena. So, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't think people realize that Utah and like where their original stadium was for the Coyotes. It's not like a drastic like move. It's not really that. I don't think like anything like significant. You know what I mean? It's not like they're going across the country or going to a completely different country like Canada. Like they're not relocating like what we saw with the Thrashers and the Winnipeg Jets. But honestly, I think it's great for the organization to maybe get a fresh start. They don't really have promising history, especially in the location they were just originally at. So honestly, I think that this is going to be a good opportunity to have a nice stadium. I mean, the stadium's huge. I mean, it's actually crazy. So it's better than 5 seats. So
David, wake your ass up.
Dude, I'm so tired.
David.
Wake up. We're doing a fucking podcast, damn it.
Here.
All right, David. What do you think about Utah? But Alex, you have a good point. You do have a good point. I do agree with you.
I'm excited to see how hockey in Utah works. I think it's something that could go very far. I feel like Salt Lake City is actually a great hockey city, and their fans are very passionate. Like Utah Jazz fans always show out. I know y'all don't follow college football, but the Utah Utes have won 3 of the last 4 Pac-12 titles in football, and overall, it's becoming a pretty strong sports market, Salt Lake City. And I'm excited to see what they do with the hockey team. Seattle's worked out very well recently, so.
Oh, Seattle's doing
that
great.
stadium is ridiculous. I mean, good for them.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got the rumored names, pulled up right now. So there are names such as the Blizzard, the Venom, Black Diamonds, Yetis, and Golden Eagles.
Black Diamonds, that's a new one.
Yeah, that is a new one. So yeah,
I really hope they don't go with that.
No, I agree. I hope they don't go with that either.
The Venom too.
Yeah, that I'm not too big fan of. Eagles. I think something along that lines. Maybe not gold, just
Yetis.
because
The
of the
Yetis would be cool. No, not
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Yetis with the UMaine hockey jerseys would look really sick.
Oh yeah. There was an Instagram post. I don't know who posted it.
No,
Maybe-
yeah. Someone made
I
like a
saw
whole
it.
thing on it, and it looked insane.
I mean, yeah. NHL jerseys might have been the one that made it, but yeah, if somebody's watching this right now and knows the account and we got it wrong by chance, we apologize and just let us know in the comments whether it was your account or if it was just write down the correct account and we'll give them full credit on the next episode. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh, yeah.
those jerseys look great. Personally, my favorite two are the Blizzard and the Yetis.
Mm-hmm.
Just as long as they're not called the Utah Hockey Club, I'll be okay.
That's fine.
No, I hope they call it the Utah Hockey Club.
Of course you do. Of course you think that. That would be... No.
Why do you?
Very original.
Well, let me ask you this, David. Why do you want that? Because you think it's funny and it's like the Washington football team? Is that why?
Yep.
Oh, fucking course.
Hey, the memes will come right up. And I would have a bunch of funny memes in that case.
I'm sure they're gonna be hilarious, bud.
That's why you should want it.
Okay. All right. Now moving. You think that's basically covered Utah?
I think that's good with Utah.
All right. Now moving
Absolutely.
on. Wait, go ahead, Alex.
Yep.
No, I said absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, now moving on with the playoffs. Our intro to the final topic. We'll cover the Islanders and Hurricanes last.
Mm-hmm.
Let's focus on the two series that we weren't able to predict the last time because they weren't decided yet. So we got Edmonton against LA. So this is the third year in a row that these two are meeting up in the first round. Edmonton took the last two. What do you guys think?
I think you're gonna take 3 for 3.
I agree.
That's what I.
I agree.
Edmonton has the firepower. They have the experience. I mean, I know LA has a lot of experience on their team. They got former Stanley Cup champions, although there's not a lot of them left. They still got a few like Drew Doughty and Anze Kopitar. They got a chance just as long as they keep up with Edmonton's offense and get on the offense themselves because Edmonton doesn't have the strongest of defense, but Edmonton's defense compared to last year and the year before has definitely picked up. So
No, you're right.
that's
Say my prediction. I think Edmonton actually wins the series pretty easily. I think LA can come back and win it tonight, but I think Edmonton 6 is a pretty good option. I think McDavid's on a very far quest, and I think that they have a great path towards reaching a conference finals or potentially a Stanley Cup final. Because McDavid's been going off, Hyman's been going off. They're giving me some St. Louis Blues vibes out of this. Where they started out really bad, like towards the bottom of the league, rose back up. I think that the Oilers could be this type of team. And I think McDavid and Draisaitl are on a mission to grab a cup before it's too late. So yeah, I like Edmonton in 6 games.
no. I think I got Edmonton 5. I think that Edmonton
Yeah,
has too much speed.
Either
I
6
got
or
the
5.
5.
I don't.
I was going to do 5, but I think LA wins. I think LA wins an extra game. I think what's his name? Korpisalo steals a game for him. Although who
I don't know.
knows?
I don't know. Edmonton seems hungry, and they want it.
No, I agree.
You know,
They have a lot of firepower.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I think they'll win the series.
It's
The only problem with them The only problem I see with the Edmonton Oilers is that they have Corey Perry on their team, so that means most likely they go to the Cup and they'll probably lose. So
Yeah. Or maybe he'll get over the hump for once.
I don't know. I think he's the one is in the last maybe 3 or 4. Man, it's like 0 for 4.
Yeah,
Really
well, yeah,
bad numbers.
he made the
Plus some
cup.
90s Buffalo Bills stuff.
He made the cup final 3 years in a row, 20 to 22, and yeah, he's lost every single one of them. He joined Tampa Bay, and guess what? They lost to Avalanche. Let's go.
He lost to Tampa, and then straight up he went to Tampa, and then he lost to Tampa. Unreal, man. They make that stuff up.
I know that made Mr. David over there very happy.
You did.
Yeah, you know he plays that song that they played when the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup over and over again. He loves that song because that means that Tampa Bay is suffering.
Yep.
Big Tampa here.
No, when Tampa lost the cup in 2022, if I didn't have family over, I would have been jumping up and down, screaming like a crazy person.
All right, hang on. I got a real question for you here. Since you hate Tampa so much, who do you hate more? The New York Jets or the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Whoa. We're bringing football into this?
Well, just for a quick second, but Alex is a big Jet fan.
That's right.
Yeah. Whoa. Dave, you don't like the Jets?
No, I'm a Dolphins fan. Yes, but I do hate the Tampa Bay Lightning more. They're probably like they're my most hated team in sports.
All right, well, I mean, yeah, that explains why he hates Tampa so much.
Yes, man.
The only team the Jets can compete, but if you want to go after somebody, the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, I'm with you right there, man. Alongside you.
Yeah, I'm very glad that they traded Diggs. I'm still laughing about that.
They are going to probably stoop down in the standings this year, and hopefully, A-Rod and Rodgers, puts on a show this year for us. So.
Let's go Rodgers. But, yeah, anyway. Going on to the next series that we didn't cover, Dallas versus Vegas, Western Conference Final rematch in the first round. I do not like that this is a first round matchup. It should be a conference final rematch or at least a second round rematch.
Of course, Vegas is up 1.
Of course they are. And who scores the first goal on his first shift back? At least I think it was his first shift. Any guesses?
Yep. And the guy that started out in Ottawa.
Yep.
Mark
Mark
Stone.
Stone returns back
And
from
Mr. LTIR.
He comes back
Scammer
from
fraud
LTIR.
plum.
Comes back from LTIR. Pots one in. Well, he doesn't pot one. He deflects one in the back of the net. So.
You know what's even crazy about that? That the NHL actually posted that on Instagram, like, first shift back, ready scoring. I'm just like, the whole comment section, dude. It's just small.
Because everyone hates them. Everyone hates them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
For good reason.
I don't want to say I hate the team, but what they did this season, I understand how every other team feels, because I know when we versed Tampa, they did the same exact thing, was, abuse the rules. You know what I mean? We have a salary cap for a reason. People just blowing right through it, so, and they're finding loopholes. Which I get why teams do it. If it's not broken, why, I guess follow what the league has already have installed, but I don't know. I just think that the NHL should have, fixed this by now, especially because there's been multiple years where the team that's won has won because they literally blew through the salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's messed up. And I don't like Vegas. I haven't really. I think they got lucky last year.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna comment on that lucky thing. Like I said before, I think in the last one, I think I said it at least.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the roster they had and their previous playoff appearances, they were. You can't. I can't lie. They are lucky to have the team that they have. Because, I mean, you got to give it to George McPhee. He did an outstanding job drafting them. There's 6 guys left, making huge trades. And, I mean, if this rule is a rule, then he's technically playing by the rules. They're $17 million over the cap. Or, I mean, Tampa was at least. But Vegas might be more. I'm not sure. I got to look into the numbers. Maybe we'll get into that next time. But it's part of the rules. They haven't changed it. Why not go against it? Yeah, why not follow the rules? And that's what
I got something to say.
What?
Vegas, there is a very high chance that they lose Jonathan Marchessault and a bunch of other people this offseason coming.
I hope you
Alex
do.
Martinez, a few other guys too. I really hope Marchessault is able to return to Florida.
That'd be pretty cool for you.
But I think we're gonna.
Yeah. Anyway, predictions. I mean, I think it's going to be a very even series. Vegas is up 1-0 now. I think Stars take it in 7, but Vegas could easily take it in 7. It's literally a flip of a coin.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I'm going Vegas in 6. I think Dallas is. I think there's potential that Dallas may be showing if they're a regular season team. Out of how they look against Vegas, I think Vegas is very similar to Tampa. That's a very scary thought, but I think Vegas is very dangerous, how they looked in game 1. Do I think Dallas wins the next game? Yes, but they've got to go to Vegas twice. And Dallas's track record in Vegas isn't great. So, yeah, I'm going Vegas in 6 for this one.
Yeah, no, I'm going Dallas. I think if they just get it together, and I think they could take on Vegas. I mean, they've been a very strong team this season, but they just got to show it. And I definitely think it's going to be even, but we'll see.
Alex, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Vegas, man. I can't. The numbers just show that how good of a team they are. The team on paper, you see them game 1 in Dallas, man, and dominating. And that's a game that Dallas has to win. I mean, I believe the first game at your home you have to win. Like for us, if the Islanders want to win, they got to tomorrow. And same thing with the Dallas is that game 1 at home. You got to win those games, especially if you want to move on to the second round. You got to get momentum right away, especially on home ice. You can't be losing at home.
Right.
All right, so yeah, that covers our Vegas versus Dallas series, and now moving on to the next series. Just a little, we're just gonna give a little bit of a rundown, not really get too deep into the rest of these. We're gonna get to the Islander series, and I know David and Jack, you want to talk about your respective series. So, Nashville against Vancouver. What do we think about that? How have those 2 games gone down?
I think Vancouver first game they showed that they're dominant, but Predators now are showing. I mean, where was Vancouver the second game? The defense is horrible.
Big key for that is going to be Thatcher Demko. Because he is out for the rest of the series. And I think that's a huge flip for Nashville. That's a huge flip. Because Casey DeSmith is not good.
Yes. No disrespect.
Yeah. But
he's deep fried ass, but
I mean, I have Vancouver going.
You put the mic drop on that one. Yeah, David.
But I have Vancouver still winning this. I think they'll get their shit together, and I think they could. Just as long as they don't fuck up like last night, I could see them Game 6. I don't know. The Predators are a formidable team, and they've really shown that this season that they want this, and I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I think that Nashville is going to come out on top. They got really good head coach, and I think that Nashville, they're going to play their defensive style. I mean, it's weird saying that with Andrew Brunette, but it worked last night.
No, it did.
They played a great game. Sorrow stood on his head. The defense were blocking shots, and they got the goals, and that's all you need to win. Goals, good defense, and yeah, if you do that, don't sit back on your ass like a certain team did, you'll be fine. Alright, but yeah, now next series. Toronto, Boston, that one's oh wait, no. There's one more I'm forgetting. Colorado versus Winnipeg. Fireworks. Fucking fireworks. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, both teams, I think the Avalanche, the one thing that's not going to go for them, Georgiev. I think he's a huge, definitely halt on them. I don't know if that's the right word, but he's definitely holding them back, and he needs to go.
Yep.
I think I know there are a lot of Georgie fans out there, but it's time. It's time.
Yeah.
I mean, 7-6 your first game. I mean, come on. I got the Jets going in. I mean, if that keeps happening, it's not gonna get. They're not gonna go far. They're not.
Nope.
But,
I mean, I think that I still have a chance. Georgiev looked better in game 2, so yeah. Alex, David, anything to touch on?
I think they look. Yeah, I'd say give Georgiev the Conn Smythe Trophy. But no, I think that the series, this is definitely going to go 7. It's going to come down. If Georgiev gets on his game, Colorado wins the series. If he doesn't, the Jets take it in 7. That's how I view it.
All right, and yeah, that's.
Alex, what about you?
Well, yeah. Alex,
What do you think?
Man, I really want Winnipeg to win the series. I don't think they are going to, though. I just think Colorado they just both. Even though Colorado lost game 1, they're just a very dominant team, and you could just see that they're putting on shots left and right. Now, thankfully, the Jets got a good goaltender, and I mean the Avalanche, Grigoriev, he stepped up the last game, but the first game was pretty concerning. So.
Mm-hmm.
It really just depends on the goalie matchup, because I can just say that the Avalanche are definitely by far a better team. They're gonna put up more. They can score. I mean, they can put up 7 goals if they need to, and so it really comes down to if Winnipeg can kind of like contain Nathan McKinnon. Actually, honestly, really just him, because he had an outstanding season, and he's just a game changer, just like McDavid. So. That's really what it comes down to.
Right.
All right, moving on. Toronto, Boston, tied at 1. Great series so far. I think that they're going to split Toronto, and I think I mean they haven't won a series against Boston since the 50s. Why would they win one now? That's what I think.
I was right about one.
What were you right about?
I said that yes, Boston's going to beat them, but they're going to somehow come back. They're not back. I mean, it's still 1-1, but still.
Oh. Nylander is being out there. Yeah,
he's out.
He's got a head injury.
And then Austin Matthews, I think. They're fucked. They are fucked. I mean...
Matt out?
Yes, Matthews out.
Well, he's not confirmed out.
Well, Well, what's the story? Is he like?
He was not at morning skate today, so I don't know if that necessarily means he's out
Yeah,
in the
that
series.
can mean anything. That's the thing. If they said he's out, they are fucked. I don't see how they're winning.
Yeah.
But that could just mean. What are they playing tonight? They play tonight, right?
Yes, they play tonight at 7:00, I believe.
Yep.
I don't know. They didn't say if they said he's out because of a certain reason, then I would be worried for them. But like, I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't
because
think.
I don't think they have anything to worry about right now. But I still got Boston getting this. I mean, the Leafs don't have a good history in the playoffs. Why would they have it now? I mean,
Exactly. Yeah,
never really proved it.
7, honestly.
Yeah, Boston.
I do think Toronto does push 7. I hope it does.
No, I think they do, but I just don't think they're going to cut it.
Yep.
All right, so David, go ahead. You have the floor. Florida versus Tampa.
This should be fun.
And just letting you guys know,
Don't
right
take
after
too
this, I do
long.
have to step out. So
That's fine.
No problem.
I've got to show before I start. I've got to show you guys something. This is the greatest. This is the single-handedly the most clutchest player in playoff hockey history.
That one hurts.
Literal GOAT. Literal GOAT.
I mean, last night was unlike anything I've ever
Last night
fucking
was
seen.
crazy, and I'm gonna get into it.
How the fuck do you save something like that? Like, that's...
No, I'm gonna get.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into it. Everybody, be patient.
Oh, shit. We started something.
Floor is yours, man.
Floor's yours.
Florida starts off this game, scores a beautiful deflection goal by Sam Bennett on the power play to make it 1-0.
Mhm.
Florida adds another one to go up 2-0 in the first. And I thought it was going to be smooth sailing. I low-key thought we were going to... Okay, stupid camera, what are you doing? Am I upside down for y'all?
No, you're good.
Okay. So we go up 2-0. Let me see who scored the goal real quick. I can't remember.
But, like, again, that was...
Oh, it was a crazy game.
It was crazy. It was nuts. I think
Actually, no. Sam Bennett scored the 5-on-5 goal, assisted by Kachuk and Verhage, and then my favorite trade deadline accusation that Mr. GOAT Bill Zito did. Vladimir Tarasenko got a power play goal to go up. Vladdy Daddy. Tanker is what I call him. Tanker gets a goal to go up 2-0 at the beginning of the first. Florida looked like they dominated that game. His shots on that game are 13-3.
Or really quickly,
Shots.
as Dean would say, whenever Tarasenko scores a goal, Tarasenko!
Tarasenko!
Oh, God. We love you, Dean.
It's all fun games. Don't take any offense. We love you.
We love you.
All right. The second period comes around. Within the first minute, Tampa cuts it to 1 on a Sorelli goal.
I think you were losing your fucking mind.
I was in the shower. Hear this. I come back right when Steven Stamkos scores a slapper to tie the game at 2.
That's like me coming back from getting pizza when Tom Wilson scored that fucking goal. I was so pissed. And I hate Tom
What pizza
Wilson.
place was it?
That's a shitty one near me. Not good.
Okay.
It's Pennsylvania pizza.
Yeah,
there's
dude.
some good
I'd rather New York pizza. I'd rather big old New York slice. But they come back and tie this 2-2. Does anybody want to hear some fireworks? Sergei Bobrovsky. If we can edit it, we can. Tampa comes in. They come in front of the net. Bobrovsky makes the save. Wide open net. Bobrovsky saves it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like with that. The whole arena screamed. I see the reaction. I'm on the phone with Ethan. Me and him are screaming our heads off.
Yes, we were.
I was freaking out.
David,
I
you
don't,
should.
I was
Kenny,
like,
I don't think
hype.
I don't think I've ever seen Twitter that nuts either.
Nah.
I open my phone and I just see just Rangers Twitter, and then I see the save, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was that
I
crazy.
mean, that's why playoff hockey is what it is. The shit you don't expect to see, and you see it, and it fucking happens, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Definitely going to be
Oh
the same of
shit!
the
Someone's coming
playoffs.
outside my door again.
So Bobrovsky, at this point, Ethan told me this. This series is a goalie duel. This is a goalie duel. So both goaltenders come up huge. Bobrovsky comes up huge, is huge, bigger saves. Vasilevsky comes out. My biggest nightmare of all time, Andre Vasilevsky. Everybody will know his name. I think. But, anyways, we go to overtime. And me being a Panthers fan, I know what happened last year. A 4-overtime game that ends at 2 a.m. I told Ethan, Ethan, didn't I tell you? I swear, if this game goes to 3 overtimes, or if this game goes super late, I'm going to pass out.
Yeah, you
I was
did say
gonna
that.
pass out. My friend even texted me, like,
wait,
yeah,
wait.
I think you should.
I
Yeah,
just want to
real quick.
say, who called the game-winning goal? Who called? Who
You did.
yeah.
You
For
know what? I
overtime.
thought it was going to be Kachuk. I
I said it was going to be Verhaeghe.
You did, and I'm glad it was because
Where's my money?
We'll get
I
there.
need to put a bet down. Fuck.
On the first shot of overtime, Florida comes in on an odd man rush. Vasilevsky makes a save, falls down, dives down. Carter Verhaeghe goes top shelf, barely hits up top. Whole arena goes nuts. Florida wins 3-2 in overtime. We got a 2-0 lead against the pesky Bolts, baby. And like I said,
Very nice, David. All right.
Very nice.
So yeah, that.
but I was going to talk about this. Sam Bennett, though, it sucks losing him. It sucks to lose your 2C.
Yep. But you know,
That's a huge blow.
you know,
because
here's the
it's
thing.
such a physical game.
Here's the thing. Florida played very well when he was out. So you got to
Yeah.
give it to them. And I think that they still can do a lot of damage in these playoffs. But anyway.
Oh, yeah, no. And Maurice came out and said, like, Jamison Olive came out and told us all that it's not that, like, Maurice said it's not that bad. Like, it's the worst. They said he's week to week, so he's only going to miss the next 3 games at minimum. I think he misses the rest of the Tampa series, but if we play how we've been playing the rest of the series, I think we're going to be fine.
Right.
Yep.
And here's the thing, and me and my uncle were on the phone talking about this. I want the series. I want to push. We want the Boston-Tampa series to go to 7. Or Toronto to go to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Because those guys are going to be ruled. And then, I'm not saying, we got to go up to Tampa for 2 games. And crazy things have happened there before. But we come out and play like how we did in games 1 and 2, we're going to be fine. You just can't have 2 goals happen to you in 5 minutes like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can't have a medical lapse in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's go Panthers. We've got a very happy David in the house. And look at this. Before I go,
That's all. Right.
we hope to be back here next year. Let's go Panthers.
All right. Jack, New York Rangers, Washington Capitals.
All right. Where do I fucking start? The stress of last night, good win, but I have a lot to say. I hate Wes McCauley. I hate you with a burning passion. I think a lot of people could agree with me on that. I just don't. Last night's game definitely we need to improve. I mean, how do we go from 3-1 to 4-3? I mean, I get there were some bullshit calls, and there was also that whole thing of Ovi getting bitched by Panarin, and then
It was Oshie.
Oshie, yeah, my bad, um, there was that, which was cool, but a lot of calls were. I think a lot of things are Capitals fans just don't know what a good call because of Tom Wilson. And here's why. If Tom Wilson did, they can't take that we actually are being physical against. And a lot of people who are Ranger fans remember what Oshie did to Panarin. Almost killed him. I mean, didn't, not kill, but like tried to hurt him. And that's payback. And I don't wish harm against the player, but Tom Wilson is not. He's not known for being a good sport. He's a dirty player. I mean, and then trying to pick fights with Rempe. Really? You have this kid. You have this kid in the back of your head. Like, you just want like. Also, the stupid penalties too. Like, really? We don't need that. We don't want that. Just, it was a good game. We'll see what happens in Washington, but I just think there's some things that we need to improve. But other than that, the first period didn't look that good. I don't think we looked as good as we did Sunday, but that's just me. I don't know. I still have the Rangers winning. I don't think it's gonna go, and so I think maybe Game 5, but I don't see that happening. But whatever you guys think.
No, I think they either go to Game 5 or if maybe the Capitals squeeze it to 6. I do definitely think that the Rangers are going to take that series 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I agree with Alex. Although the next series,
I don't see.
Over
I just don't see how it's not. Like I don't believe in that whole President's Trophy bullshit. That's not a thing in my opinion. If the Blackhawks can win the trophy and win the cup, the Rangers can too. And we'll see what happens. But I just don't see the Rangers like giving this up. They don't seem like they're ready. They're willing to give it up. I think we're definitely in a better position than last year. I think overall, we look good. I mean, yesterday I think we had a rough start, but we came back. And yes, I have my thoughts about that game, but we still won. But I don't know. I will have the Rangers winning, but that's all I have to say.
I mean, I think the Rangers win this series, although the next series, considering it's most likely going to be Carolina, is going to be a very tough one for them. So,
yeah, this is.
Yeah, don't want to be too tired, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Especially against Carolina, cannot be tired. That team moves and they skate all game.
Yep. But anyway, Jack, you feel good?
I just Carolina. I mean, the Islanders need something. So they need to wake up. I mean, I don't mean to be. I'm not just as a Ranger fan, but what the fuck was that?
Yeah, you know what? I think that this is a good time to get into the Islander segment. But yeah, continue.
I mean, oh wait, are we still on the Rangers one? Or are we?
Well, if you want to stay, if you want to stay on the Rangers.
We can start.
I think that this is a good transition.
I think this is a good time to talk about because I feel like this needs to be said. Islanders and Islander fans, before you come at me because I'm a Ranger fan, this is criticism. What the fuck happened last night? Not last night, but when was it last night?
No, it was 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. I don't give a shit. He's a Ranger fan. Oh, he's just saying this. No. These two can probably agree with me. You have a 3-0 lead. Barely any shots. You're not defending the goal, and they're putting up more shots than you. I can pull up the statistics. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
Save us the freaking stress.
Listen. I have my own stress about the Rangers, but it has to be said. This has to be said. It's just they need to wake the fuck up. They need to wake the fuck up.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
They either have to put in what's his, and they didn't put what's his face in goal.
Sorokin.
And they're putting him now?
Yeah, they're putting him in now.
Game 3.
But they have a reason to do it. I don't think it has nothing to do with Varley's performance, because I don't think he played bad at all.
No,
I think that
you can't just blame it on the goalie. I agree with that. That's a lot of people get about. People are like, "Oh, Eater sucks." No, it's not just about the goalie. It's about how people there helping him. But
100%. They're just doing the goalie switch for the spark. They needed something.
right,
different.
yeah, right. But
they got because last game was. It's very hard. I tell you, to lose like that and now to come home like
to lose like that.
It's very hard to like even try to win 2 right now. I mean,
like,
as a fan, I kind of given up. It's very hard to stay like.
No, and I feel for you. I listen. I really do feel for you. It sucks. If that were an MSG, I'd probably be livid. But no, it's just I know from experience from last year, it's not fun. I mean, you need to wake the fuck up, or you're not going anywhere. I mean, you guys worked for this. You guys came in an iffy spot, when the Red Wings basically were like, fuck it, we're not even going to try anymore. And God, even the Flyers. Like, this could have been that, but no.
It's because both of those teams just plummeted towards the end of the season.
No, they did. And with the Flyers, there was so many too. Even the Red Wings.
Kind of sucked. I really did want to see the Flyers in the playoffs just because of Tortorella.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I agree. But again, the Red Wings too had so many problems. I mean, fights during practice, just the lack of enthusiasm towards the end of the season.
The advertisement patch.
And the worst part is you get someone like Patrick Kane on your team, who actually is a very good player, even though he's very controversial. But that's huge. Even for us when we had him. We didn't utilize him correctly, and I wish we had. But you have this opportunity, and you just let it go. And the whole thing with the Islanders is they just need to win, or else you're not going anywhere. That's all I have to say. But
yeah,
Alex, you can have the floor now.
Yeah, no, I think you said it best that it's tough. I mean, as an Islander fan watching that game 3-0, you really think that we're gonna walk out of this, PNC Arena with a 1-1 and go home and try to get either 1 or even try to go for 2, and then, the goal was to get to Game 6 and win it then, because I know we can win in US. I honestly, God, I don't know if we can win in PNC. I know we did last year 1 game, but it's very tough to play in there. And so to have a game like yesterday or 2 days ago, we had it like in our belts. That was like, we just had to drive it to the end of the road, and to collapse like that, to not play any offense, and to play, I guess you can say defensively the entire game after the first period, I think was mind-boggling, just because the team is not as good as defensively as they once were. They have taken steps back. I mean, their number 1 defenseman used to be Pelech, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at Pelech out there. He looked kind of lost. Pelech has lost his game. I don't know what happened with him. The PP police no longer exist, man. They Pulock, he's still pretty good.
Pulock's great.
Nothing against him. But Pelech has lost a step or something. I don't know if it's due to all the injuries, and it's kind of concerning because he just signed a contract. So I really hope things can, he can figure it out. But he does not look like the number 1 defenseman that we've once had. And on top of everyone else, is play very undisciplined hockey. Takes so many penalties. I mean, tripping penalties, making dumb mistakes. They are very poor at protecting the net during penalty kills. They always leave some in front of the net. No one's blocking him. I just don't know why. I mean, that's why we probably have one of the worst penalty kills because, one, we don't chase. We're just in a box. We stand there, and then also, when it comes to screening the goalie, we leave the guy in front of the net. And I just think that majority of the goals that have gone in have been like from tips from the guy in the front, and we have not corrected that. So it's probably one of the reasons why we are dead last when it comes to the penalty kill. Even our power play isn't that good. So we're not capitalizing on our special unit, which is not gonna help us win at all. So, I mean, now we got Game 3 coming up tomorrow, and so they're gonna have to come out hungry tomorrow because I know the Hurricanes are hungry too. So they've been going at it for like 6 years straight. They're trying to advance to the cup, and we're just in the way. So, you know what? If you're on the Islanders, you just gotta put up a fight, and hopefully we can take 2, and we can even out the series. It's not gonna be easy, but I partially believe in the boys. I want to. It's just hard, just because like 2 days ago when you lose like
A game
in
like
that fashion, and I mean they don't just lose; they lose in like 9 seconds. 9 seconds of this disaster, which is just something you just can't explain. It really was just like impossible to comprehend. But anyway, I'm very I'm skeptical about tomorrow, just because I was gonna be very excited knowing that we're coming home with a win, but we don't, and. Yeah, pretty much getting over what happened the other day. It's kind of like traumatizing. It was like that. It was I was speechless. I was studying for a test, and I remember watching the game and just like I don't want to say I predicted it, but in the third period we just was just nowhere to be found. I mean, Ethan, you're watching the game. It was like watching like squirts out there. I mean, like literally hockey. I mean, it was ridiculous. It almost seemed like they just didn't want it, and I was shocked. It was like, throwing back to some Lane Lambert style hockey.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we got away from that type of style, but we're gonna need a big change, and I'm hoping that bringing Sorokin in is it's gonna give us firepower. I think that's gonna be very very, very significant for their game. Just getting your number one goalie in net again. Varlamov, no disrespect to him, played a phenomenal game, and he's not getting benched at all. That has nothing to do with that, but the team got a spark up. We can do something in front of the home crowd. So, I mean, I'm hoping that the energy's there. Apparently, there's a lot of seats that aren't sold yet, so it's not looking too good right now, but hopefully that it ends by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree with you, but there's one thing that I always look at when the Islanders have a 3-0 lead after 2 periods, or before the end of the second period. What game do you think I'll look at, Alex?
You have this season?
Yep,
Stadium series.
The stadium.
exactly. Literally, in my mind, I was saying, oh, God, please do not let this be the Stadium Series all over again. Do not let this be the Stadium Series all over again. I'd rather...
The Stadium Series,
Go ahead.
and I think it's a tough one. At the Stadium Series, I really think the Rangers outplayed the Islanders in that game. It just, that ego started off very slow. We had 3, I think it was within, 3 goals. That's all it was, honestly.
Yeah, that's not even me being biased. The Rangers wanted it, and the Islanders, it just... time after time, it's just like...
Penalties. They ate the Islanders up.
Yeah, they ate them up. And that last...
Scott Mayfield screwed us. That's what happened. Scott motherfucking Mayfield.
Yeah. And they chewed them out and spit them. They didn't. And you could give me shit all you want for being a Rangers fan saying this, but it's true. I don't know how else to put it. You want me to put it like... You want me to say, oh, it was nice, you did... No, it's just me being honest. I mean, even now, it's like I feel for you guys. It sucks. I know how it feels too.
Yeah.
Well, this is Lou's creation, so he's getting we're getting our wishes, right? This is a Lou roster, an old, slow, scrappy, pesty game. That's what we play, man. Just now we don't have Trotz now, so we're not defensively tight anymore like we used to be. Team is very undisciplined. That's not Trotz hockey, so I really don't know what's going on out there. You know what I mean? You just don't know what to expect, especially because like Lambert, I mean, was kind of like played a similar style to Trotz, just that I think he had a more offensive game, and I think that offensive game with this team just doesn't work out because when you do stuff like that, you can see they have the collapses.
Right.
Team. There's no other way to say it, but the team needs him to retool the season, or I don't want to say rebuild because I don't think they need
No, not definitely not a rebuild, but they need more.
I think they need. You gotta get to. You gotta get some guys out of here, 100%, and I hope I love Matt Martin and Clutterbuck, but time
Time
for
to go.
expire. We
Time
gotta
to
bring
go.
younger guys out there. They fill that fourth line because we're paying these two guys like combined like a little bit over $3 million. I mean Scott Mayfield, he's on a new contract, so there's no way we can get rid of him.
I don't understand.
Maybe they can package something.
I do not understand how you signed Scott Mayfield to 7 years and what was it, $7 million? The same contract as Anders Lee. You're giving away free money. This guy.
No, not that much, not that much. It's like I think he's getting paid like 3 point something, like 3.5.
Yeah.
If it was $7 million, I think Lou should have been fired right there and then. I mean, Scott Mayfield again, all respect to him. He's been on this team for a while. He's been riding since we've. I think his first playoff series was against the Capitals back in 14-15. So honestly, he's a long tenured Islander, but this season he was,
It was his contract right now is $3.5 million, but he's not worth that. 7 years, and how old is he? Scott Mayfield. He's 31 years old. So we're gonna have him until he's 38. Like seriously, 7 friggin' years. This dude can't even.
Lou thinks it's baseball.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I think he wanted to do it because he wanted to lower the age. But, I mean, it was just, you don't give, you know what I mean? This is not baseball where you can give long contracts and get away with it. We have salary caps. So, you gotta be smart with the way you construct your roster. And he's not. I mean, he's clearly not because, you look at this roster, you're like, wow, I wonder how much space. They got no space. They got zero. And that's, ridiculous to say. You have no space for any players because you look at this team and you're like, well, this is just your mid team. This is just a very mid team because it's right packed in the standings. And I think you got to give it to the fact that I think Lou has made a couple mistakes in the past. I think when it comes to Jeffrey has not been good with contracts. I'm not going to give any negative. Nothing negative about his free agency approach, just because I feel like free agency is hard for the Islanders, just because it's not a very popular spot to attract players into. So I can understand that's something I can put on him. Especially you can see, go back to all the way to Panarin. We offered Panarin more money, and clearly that did not matter to Panarin. So he wanted to be a Ranger, and so he took less money to be a Ranger. So it just goes to show you what a lot of players think about the Islanders. Which is fine. I think that means you just got to develop more players. So I'm hoping that we kept our first round pick, which I think was a very smart thing to do, not trading it, especially because the team doesn't win the cup.
Will we keep it? Will we keep it at the draft? Knowing Lou, probably not.
I'm lucky if Lou has a job by then. Because if they're gonna fire him, they're gonna do it relatively. If we get knocked out, they're gonna do it relatively within the first couple of days or weeks, definitely before the trade. Definitely before the draft, because you got to bring a new GM to start that retool that this team needs, especially because they still got Sorokin. Hopefully, he can figure his game out next year, and you got Barzal, Horvat. Again, that's a different conversation when I think about Horvat, but he can produce. So, and then again, you have Pulak. I don't know what's going on with Pelech. That's a whole different story. Lee's coming, Lee's contract's expiring, so there's some money coming on board. So you got, I think, 2 years he's out. So I don't think they're gonna look to trade him, nor is they're gonna try to pick up his contract. So I'm hoping that they can, figure something out the next couple seasons.
Mm-hmm. It's just you guys have to you guys are gonna get there. I have a feeling you guys are gonna get there. It's just gonna take time.
Look
at the Rangers, man. I guess they went through a rebuild, but they did it fast and did it efficiently. So I mean, I gotta give them respect for that because
No one believed in Lobby too. No one believed in him. Look at him now.
yeah, the only thing about actually since bringing up draft picks, the only thing that's concerning you is Capo. That is a little bit concerning.
That's gonna. We'll see where that goes.
I don't know. He just hasn't. He definitely. I don't want to say he's a bust, but
he hasn't
has not been
flourished
promising
at all. I mean, I'd say let's give him another year or two before we go.
Give him like 2 years.
Yeah, I agree.
This is a contract year for him, right? Or was it last year the contract year?
I have to check and see. Actually, I don't know.
I mean,
in my head.
contract
I have to again. You'd have to ask Dean. I have to check and see again. I don't know. I don't remember that on the top of my head. But
yeah, Islanders, please wake up. Give us some hope, because not a lot of us have it right now.
Wake up! You're sending James to UBS to watch you guys.
Yeah, we need James. His first. Wait, didn't he say that this is his first ever playoff game?
I had yet.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know if
Really?
that's true, but I feel like he's. Yeah.
It might be.
First playoff game.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'll take a look. But yeah, we need Mr. Jimmy to get a playoff dub.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been to. Have you been to a UBS playoff game yet, Ethan?
Yes, I have. Game 4 against Carolina last year. I don't want to talk about it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one hurt.
You bring up a game like that, and that's why we had Varlama this year. So I really think that was gonna be a difference maker. Last year, I feel like part of the reason when we did lose, never like blame anyone, but I mean, Sorokin was not that sharp in that series. I'll just say that.
No, he was not.
Especially with the OT goal they had in Game 6 was just probably I would want to say one of the most bizarre goals I've ever seen end a series. That was very questionable. Very questionable.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah, I'm trying to find it. I can't really find it right now, but
What is it?
Yep. So I think we're good. What do you guys think? Think we covered
I think we're
everything?
good. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, very successful.
Yep. So yeah, I guess that's it for episode 2 of the Tri-State Sit Down podcast. And as we always sign off, we say let's go our favorite teams. So let's go Islanders.
Let's go Rangers. And also we gotta tell them about our next.
Yeah.
Hold on. We gotta tell them about our next guest, which is a huge one.
Oh yeah, a little bit of a preview before we sign off. So
we got. I don't know if a lot of Rangers. Annie Ava, Schuber Girl, will be on next episode. So look forward to that. It's gonna be huge.
Yep. So we'll try getting an episode out next week. Probably gonna be May. Well, yeah. If we do it on a Wednesday again, probably May 1st, or if we do it on Tuesday, May 30th. So, April 30th. So, yeah, keep an eye on that.
Yeah, guys.
And
podcast a month now, baby. Woo!
Alex, we appreciate you for coming on. You were a great guest.
Thank you for coming, Alex.
Absolutely, guys. So hope I'm not a miserable Islander fan tomorrow, baby. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go Islanders. Let's go Islanders.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
But yeah, any final remarks? All right, that does it for episode 2 of the Tri-State Sit Down podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go Islanders.
Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Islanders.
We don't have David in here, so we can't.
So I'll say it for him. Let's go Panthers.
Let's go Panthers.
And we are signing out. We'll see you next week.